Guys, welcome back to Not Just Mommy Time. Today's vlog is about increasing your milk supply naturally. Okay, so just had a baby. She's 5 months. She just turned 5 months yesterday. Time flies. Anyways, so I'm going to tell you guys what I did to get over a rough patch that I was having to increase my milk supply. I'm also planning to do a second video to this. It's going to be called my journey to breastfeeding, and it's going to be a little longer video, but I figured that those of you moms out there that are having trouble increasing your milk supply, you might just want me to get straight into the point, so let's go. Alright, first things first, mother's milk. You need it. It tastes nasty, but it's good. It promotes lactation. It tastes like black licorice, but there are ways to mask it. If you're not a tea drinker, it's okay. And if you are a tea drinker, then you know not all teas taste good. So this one, what I use is, I use about 6 teaspoons of sugar. And that's probably me being a little mild. It's probably more than that, honestly, because sometimes this stuff just tastes so bad. It's probably about 6 to 8 teaspoons of sugar, but you definitely don't have to use that much sugar if you don't want to. I'm just saying this is what I do to mask the taste of black licorice. I also use honey and I use lemon. About a tablespoon of honey and a tablespoon of lemon. And just stir it on up, and it starts to taste a little bit better. One way that I also do my mother's milk is I'll put it into a bottle and I'll put it in the freezer and let it get nice and icy. And then I'll drink it like that. I like my drinks extra cold, especially if they're not tasting so good. Another thing that actually helps is drinking a lot of water. You're supposed to drink on average, 6 to 8 glasses a day of water. But when you're nursing, you know that you lose a lot more fluids and a lot more calories, and so you're thirsty more throughout the day. So about 12 big glasses of water is considered good. If you're like me and you think water is nasty as well, water is not nasty, it just doesn't have a taste, and I don't like nothing with any taste. Bam! Problem solved, okay? Dasani water drops. I love these things. This is strawberry kiwi. I put a few squirts in it. It turns my water to a nice red color, so I think I'm drinking Kool-Aid. My daughter loves it as well. She hates water, so what way do I get her to drink water? Yep, I disguise it as something else, which moms have been doing since the beginning of time. Another thing that I do is I drink V8 juice. This one is strawberry banana. I like this one and the peach mango. Those are really good. And these are 100% juice. So those juices are good. Lately what I've been doing is I just got me a blender. So I've been making smoothies. So those are actually good in smoothies. If you guys would like my smoothie recipe, I can do a different video on my smoothies. You can also do a smoothie with mother's milk tea. That might also and change, the flavor of the tea. I like it mixed with all types of fruits. My special one that I like to do with is strawberries and banana, because what I do is I do half the strawberry and banana V8 juice and half mother's milk tea. And another thing that I also do is I freeze mother's milk and make ice cubes out of them. And so maybe you want to just have like a glass of water. You don't want tea. But you can use the mother's milk ice cubes in that as well. I don't mask it when I use it as for ice, because when I'm doing it for ice, I'm usually going to put it into my smoothie in the blender and just grind that all up. Another thing that helps is if you do skin to skin with the baby. It helps send signals to your body to produce more milk. Another thing that I've learned to do is I've learned to just let her nurse for as long as she wants, whenever she wants. Whether I'm full, whether I'm empty, I just let her nurse. Because the longer that you let her nurse, it's sending signals to your body. Because with breast milk is supply and demand. You need to demand how much you want your supply to be. So the longer you let your baby nurse, or the longer that you pump for, you're demanding, hey, I need you to up the milk. So usually putting the baby on for about 15 to 20 minutes on each breast, that helps. Also, another thing that helps is to just pump. You sit there and you just pump, about 15 to 20 minutes, then you get into rest mode. I usually do about 15 to 30 minutes, and then I'll do rest, and then I'll start up again. That helps to demand more supply. That's what you want. What you want is you want to demand more milk from your boobs, because that's what it is. You have to be demanding. Otherwise, your breast is just not going to get the picture. So another thing that helps is to stimulate your breast. And what I do to stimulate mine is to massage them. Or some women like to get a warm compress, put it on, and then, massage the boobs. But that's another way. You want to stimulate them. You want to let them know, hey, I need more milk. You're not producing enough. You want to up the production on it. That's all you want to do. Another thing I would suggest, I'm gonna suggest, is that you talk to your lactation list. When I talked to my lactationist, she completely put me at ease, and she also told me that if I'm not pumping out enough, it's okay, because once you breastfeed your baby is going to pull out more than the pump is. And that was actually more helpful information, because I was pumping and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not pumping out enough. Is this all she's getting? No, that's not true. So if you're pumping out and you're like me, you're not even getting an ounce, don't worry, because your baby can pull out more milk than you can. And if you see that your baby is unsatisfied, that's an alarm right there to go and see a lactationist. I know one time my baby was not satisfied, and I keep formula on hand, but she doesn't like formula. She doesn't like any type of nipples or synthetic anything. She just wants to be on the breast. So it was very important for me to talk to my lactationist. And after I did, she completely put me at ease. I breastfeed even when I'm not as full as I want to be. I pump when I'm gorged. Like, that's another huge thing. When you're engorged, you want to try to pump that out. Just so you're not walking around in pain. Because I know one day I was so engorged and I was walking around in pain, and the baby was sleeping, she hadn't woke up yet. I had to pump. But I didn't pump it all. I pumped maybe half the milk out, and I left the other half in there for her, because when you're completely empty, sometimes your milk don't fill back up right away. And sometimes it takes mine quite a minute to fill back up. And so I wanted to have some milk ready for when she was ready. But I also I pump when I'm engorged, and I freeze it. I freeze it for hard times. And I learned that it's okay when my body isn't filling up. It's okay. I know how to fix it. I know I can go see my lactationist. I know I can go to my go-to mother's milk, and I can stimulate my breast to start producing at least enough milk to where she's satisfied. But you want to have a backup supply of breast milk, just in case you're ever in that state where, okay, your breasts aren't filling back up and your baby wants milk, and you want to be able to give your baby that breast milk. You don't want to give your baby any, formula. You want to give her your milk. Well, a perfect way for that is when you are engorged to just go ahead, pump it out, and freeze it. I freeze it for, sometimes we're on a long trip and I can't just take her out the car seat and put her on the breast. Or sometimes we're in the store and, it's frowned upon, and it shouldn't be. You should be able to go into the store, you should be able to go into the restaurant and feed your baby. People be like, go to the bathroom. Do you eat in the bathroom? No. Nasty. I literally think it's nasty to feed your baby in the bathroom. Unless you're in the privacy of your own bathroom. Like, sometimes us moms have to just feed sometimes you have to feed anywhere. But I am not for being pushed into a public restroom to fill my baby where all these germs are. Like, no. I wouldn't go feed myself in the public bathrooms. You not gonna go eat in the bathrooms. So why do you want my baby to go and eat in the bathroom? You're nasty. Okay? You're nasty. Anyways, getting back on topic. So sometimes, because it's frowned upon, I like to have that bottle on hand. And another thing that I learned of how to get her to, if your baby is like mine and she doesn't like any type of formula, she doesn't want to be drinking out of the bottle. Around 3 months, she was having some tummy troubles, and so the nurse actually told me to mix her milk with a little bit of apple juice. So I learned that mixing her formula with a little bit of apple juice, that actually helps because it makes the milk sweet. And breast milk, anyone who's ever tasted breast milk, okay, it's not nasty, it's natural, okay, just like cow's milk, it's natural. Anyone who's ever tasted breast milk knows that breast milk is a little sweet. So I add a little bit of apple juice to hers when it's just formula. And I noticed that she drinks that better than when it's just regular formula. Okay, but those are my tips. Those are how I got my lactation up. I will be doing a separate video to this called it's gonna be called My Journey. Okay, it's gonna be about my journey to breastfeeding. I'm gonna give you some tips about what I did with my first one and what I'm doing now with my 5-month-old. I just wanted to go ahead and get to the point for all you mothers that are like, I need to know now, what do I gotta do? One big thing, talk to your lactationist. Okay, see a lactation consultant, because you can go and sit in front of them and actually breastfeed right there, and they can tell you tips. They can say, hey, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that. So it's always better to have that one-on-one connection in person with the lactation, because not to say that you're doing anything wrong, but sometimes we don't exactly, especially if you're a new mom, you don't exactly know what to do. Because I completely didn't know what to do. Just so happens my babies latched right away and the milk came in. It wasn't until, my second baby with the whole 2-week thing that I kind of got stumped. And that was the first time that I had to go to a lactation consultant about my milk supply. But those are some things that I do. I hope that this video helps anyone out there who is having trouble increasing their milk supply. I want to say drink lots of water. That really helps. You may think, okay, drinking water, that's not going to do it. Drinking a lot of water actually helps. It helps you keep your body hydrated. And also another thing, skin to skin, that actually helps. Okay, and like I said, put your baby on, whether you're empty or full. Just try and let them suck out some milk, because breastfeeding is all about supply and demand. Demand it. Demand your body the supply that you need. If you need a whole lot of milk, you can demand your body to produce that milk. Sometimes it's, I've never been on the end that just, okay, my body just won't do this, it just can't do it. But I'm one of those type of people that I'm going to try until I'm out of options. Okay, I'm just going to keep trying. So I hope that this video was very informative to you guys. If there are any other tips that you guys have that, have worked for you, please drop them in the comments below. I would love to see some of the things that you guys do to increase your milk supply. Maybe I'll try you guys' way as well. Don't forget to call your lactation consultant, because I'm not saying, okay, this is 100% going to work for you, because it works for me. I don't know if it's going to work for you. I'm just giving some tips and saying, hey, this is what I do. This is what works for me. But there are a lot of ways to get your milk supply up. Okay, so I hope that this video helps you guys. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to drop your comments below. Any comments are welcome. Thank you guys. Have a good day.